Hello, lovely people. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's take a moment to settle into our bodies and then we'll ease into some gentle movement. Closing down the eyes, feeling your hands rest comfortably in front of your body. Perhaps they fall into your lap, noticing where those contact points lie with your hands on your legs or your hands touching each other. And just allowing your awareness to soften into the body. And allowing the mind to become quiet. Take a moment to check in with your breath. No need to correct anything. Just see if you can find your breath jumping around your body. Maybe it's smooth and even, maybe it's fragmented. Maybe you're having a hard time finding it. Just allow it. And then checking in with our emotional layer. How are you feeling today? What comes up? Holding space for a variety of emotions. And the capacity to hold space for conflicting emotions simultaneously is an ongoing challenge in life and part of being human. And taking a moment to check in with our environment, noticing any sounds. Maybe there's some birds chirping or some traffic going by. Noticing any smells. And just noticing anything else that comes to your senses. And then ever so softly opening your eyes, just allowing your focus to come to a soft spot, kind of down towards the front of your mat. And let's take a little bit of warmth, hands rubbing together, waking up the periphery, and then just rubbing the back side of the hand and the other back side of the hand. And then a little bit of flicky energy, just sending some energy away from you, out of your fingertips. And you can do it wherever it feels like it needs to go. You can do it to the side. You don't need to micromanage it. You can do it front, other side. You can send some up and forward or down. And then allowing that to pause and taking it into a bit of a shake, energizing the wrists. And that shaking can be symmetrical or asymmetrical, whatever feels right to you. There's no right or wrong. And just getting some energy, some blood flow. If you have kind of some stagnant wrist energy from too much time on the computer or anything that's kind of grip related or repetitive, this can be quite nice. And pausing, just noticing where you're at. If you need to reshuffle yourself, go ahead. Let's take a little bit of tapping on the chest. You can either do fingertips tapping or make a bit of a fist and tap. I'm just going to watch my mic there. You'll have much more access to your full surface area. And coming to a pause And once again, close your eyes. Just notice if you have had any more kind of sense of coming into your body and sensing your entire body volume. And then we're going to take a little bit of a sway, so just starting from the pelvis and let it ripple through the spine and pour out of the ear, and other side, sway and pour. And you can keep your eyes open or closed, whatever feels right to you. Allowing that motion to start from the base of the spine and ripple up the whole spine, and traveling out of our sensing organ, our ear. And again, ripple and fall, and ripple and fall. And coming back to center, let's see if we can take that undulation forward. So reaching your chin forward and then drawing your ribs back. And reaching your chin forward and drawing the back, bottom side of the ribs back. Again, reaching forward with your chin, staying grounded in your sitting bones, and traveling the ribs back. And pause, let's reverse that. So just ever so gently soften your chin down, lead with the tip of your nose, traveling through the space, diving and looking up at the ceiling, moving the chin back into the body, and once again diving forward and lifting the gaze, and ribs move back and chin softens, and tip of the nose leads, eyeballs look up, and getting your ribs stacked right over your pelvis again. Let's take our legs out in front of us and start really simple with some ankle circles. You can be kind of on whatever time signature or rhythm makes sense to you. And let's reverse it the other way. If you're getting a lot of popping or cracking, it's not necessarily bad, but you might be overriding your true range of motion. So just maybe slow it down a little bit and see if you can find the ease in it and make it a bit smaller perhaps. And then we're going to take a little bit of an undulation through the feet. So we have leading with the balls of the feet, stretching through the toes, gliding the heels forward. We have balls of the feet, toes, heels glide forward. Again, balls of the feet, toes, heels push forward, and we reverse. So curving the toes forward, reach them in space, pull the toes back, send the heels forward. Curve and elongate the toes, send them forward, peel the feet back, and again round and reach, and pull back and glide, and round and reach, and pull back and glide. Good. Now we're going to just roll the thigh bones in the sockets. So see if you can sense in your mind's eye your hips deep in the sockets, and allow the motion to come from a fluid water-like sensation deep inside those sockets. And just allowing that to kind of move and settle and open up a deep connection inside the hip sockets. And rest. Now just check in, see if you can sit up nice and straight, but also relaxed without disconnecting. So still connected into your sitting bones. Knees are supported, not locked. If you need to bend them a little bit, go ahead. And now we're going to rock side to side and see if you can get your weight off of your opposite sitting bone without disconnecting through your spine or your upper body. So rocking, it's a little bit less of an undulation than that first movement pattern that we did. It's just a weight shift and trying to keep your spine a bit more organized. Good. And rest. You can give the legs a little bit of shake out if that's become a bit intense sitting in that stretched out position. It's so much more kind of support requirement through your lower back and everything to sit like that on the floor if you don't do it very often. And then coming to a rest. So we're going to now swing the legs around to this kind of mermaid sit. And you can either be propped up on your arm or come down to your forearm. I think I'll come down to my forearm today. So just for a little bit of side series work, check in with this top leg. We're going to lift it up, and you get to choose if you want to take it up with a bent knee. Maybe we'll start there. So just keeping the knee bent and floating the leg up and up and up and up. Good. Hold it up. See if you can extend and bend. You can add some motion in the foot if you like extend and bend and stretch and fold and stretch and fold and stretch and fold. One last one here. Stretch and fold and stretch and hold it. Now we're going to take a little bit of a heel beat. So we have a heel beat to the front for 2 and a toe tap to the back for 2. We have heel, heel, toe, toe, heel, heel, toe, toe, heel, heel, toe, toe. Hold that leg to the back, keep it hovering, and allow your torso to spiral all the way down so that your breastbone and your focus are facing the floor. And then we're just going to take a little bit of a bump. So imagine that you're maybe just kicking a balloon ever so lightly up towards the ceiling, up, 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 and rest. Good. Let's call that good on that side. We'll swing around to the other side, finding your kind of mermaid sit, and come down either to your forearm or your hand, whatever makes better sense to you. And we have, starting with the leg bent, and a lift, and a lift. Good. And a lift. And a lift, and a lift, and a hold and hover. We have a stretch, and a bend, and a stretch, and a bend. Good. And reach, and bend, and reach, and bend. Last one, reach and hold. We have a heel tap to the front, toe tap to the back, back. We have heel, heel, toe, toe, heel, heel, toe, toe. You could also think of that as outward hip rotation and inward hip rotation. There will be movement through the torso to accommodate that. And last one to the front, and hold to the back. Spiral your torso around to face the floor, and we have little balloon kicks, just sending that balloon up to the ceiling, sending it up, 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 and hold. Good. And then just go ahead and unroll yourself and come on down to your back. I have some support here for my head because I'm feeling a bit tight today. If you need some support for your head, go for it. We're going to bring left leg across right, and then see if we can fold that whole shape in and just take some small little circles, imprinting the lower back onto the mat. And reverse your circles. And pause, switching sides. And bring that, right ankle over the left thigh and float the whole shape up. It's really helpful to energize and dome the feet. So if you imagine your feet looking like a little bit of a bird on a perch before you start your circles, pick a direction and allow the lower back to widen and settle onto the floor. And we reverse. And pause. Good. And just bring your feet to the mat, knees bent, and we'll take a little bit of a knee sway, a windshield wiper. So as you roll left, you'll roll to the outside pinky edge of the left foot. As you roll right, you'll roll to the pinky edge of the right foot. One knee will move away from you as one knee moves a little bit closer. Is another way of thinking through the movement pattern, sensing it. And also noticing that one side of the pelvis on the back gets heavy while the other side gently floats away. And pause, and let's just take one last movement pattern here. Float your arms up to the ceiling for me. And we're going to open wide, sensing your shoulder blades on your back, and squeeze together. And open wide, feeling your shoulder blades nice and slippery on your ribs, and squeeze together. And opening wide, and squeeze. Hold that hug a tree position, and we're going to send the left arm towards the thigh and the right arm towards the top of the mat. And then we switch. And we switch. A little bit of a maybe kind of scissor type motion. Sensing stability in your shoulder blades, but that also requires you to allow movement and to be relaxed and heavy and grounded through your pelvis and your ribs. And pause. You can just lower your hands both to rest on your abdomen, your lower abdomen, or one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And take a moment to let all of that good, juicy stuff that we just did settle in and integrate so that you can take it with you for the rest of your day. And when you feel ready, you can roll over to your side, pick a side, any side, and gently sensing the floor to partner with as you push yourself up to a seated position. And just notice once again, with eyes closed, where you maybe feel like you're at in your body versus a few minutes ago before we started. And you can gently open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again really soon. If you loved this, go ahead and give me a shout out in the comments so I know what you maybe would like next. And thank you again so much. Take care and bye for now.